Joining us now here on the Raiders Training Camp podcast presented by SiriusXM is rookie linebacker Cody Lindenberg. Cody, welcome to the podcast room. Welcome inside Raiders HQ. How are you feeling? We are well into training camp now. What is the mood right now? How are you feeling?
I feel incredible. I feel very, very blessed to be in this opportunity and in this situation. 2 weeks into preseason already, you got the third one coming up, and not only myself, but the rest of the guys are beyond excited to get going and get into this next game. But you never want to wish away time, right? There's so much that we can still continue to get better at and improve on, whether it's something outside of the building like your film work or the way you take care of your body, and then obviously the things that translate onto the field, your pad level, your hands, and everything else that goes along with it. So we're just excited to keep growing.
Before we get too deep into the nitty-gritty, how different is life right now compared to a year ago? You're in Minnesota, you're getting ready for the college football season. Now you're in an NFL training camp, battling for roster spots, getting ready for the regular season. How different is life for you just in general?
Yeah, I think that's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. But honestly, the thing that kind of grounds me is just keeping the main thing, right? Like, I'm here to play football. And like, especially in a city like Las Vegas where you could get so easily lost and go and do things that aren't, conducive to bettering yourself and those around you. It's, making sure I'm taking care of my body, making sure I'm getting the right amount of sleep. But again, like this building, the people around us, the coaches, the staff, it makes it so easy to be able to do those things, right? And it's at Minnesota, we talked about the illusion of choice, right? Like, breakfast starts at 5:30. The building's open whenever, right? I can come in here and get on my body and watch my film whenever I want. I have a choice, though, technically. Do I want to show up right before meetings, or am I going to get there early? Yes, there's a choice, but there's not if you want to do the things that you say you want to do. So for me, it's taking advantage of every opportunity that I'm given and making the most out of it with having zero regrets at the end of the day.
All right, so I was doing a little bit of homework on you before we get into the NFL life. In high school, you were the leading wide receiver on your team. You were running the ball. You were throwing the ball. Obviously, playing a little bit of linebacker on the defensive side. How did you end up linebacker when you were kind of the guy on offense?
Yeah, so I actually didn't play a snap of linebacker in my high school career and played a lot of safety in the back end. But for me, like, a lot of the schools that were recruiting me, like, they all wanted me to play linebacker. So in my head, I'm like getting myself ready for what that's going to look like, right? And for me, I credit a lot of that to Joe Rossi, who recruited me. Matt Simon's my recruiter, but Joe Rossi was our DC and linebackers coach, and he took me from, absolute ground zero to like where I am today. Obviously, I still have so much more room to grow, but it was a big change. It was a lot of fun, though, right? It's getting down in the box, using your hands, being able to see through the line, and being able to, I talk about like conducting a defense, right? You're like an orchestrator almost, and that's almost like the best part for me because people lean on you. People trust you to get the call to them, to get them aligned if they don't know what's going on. So for me, I always loved that, and to be able to have that opportunity there and also here is a dream come true.
So you go to Minnesota, and Minnesota is run very similar to like a pro team. Like Coach Fleck kind of runs it the way different NFL teams do it. You get to the NFL, and Pete Carroll's here. Legendary coach to another. What was your, Pete Carroll moment? Everybody talks about the welcome to the NFL moment. What was your Pete Carroll moment? That was it a meeting? Was it practice? What was it for you?
I just think it's the aspect of, like, yes, we're in here. Like, we talk about compete in everything you do, right? And I think that is what really, really stands out to me is all of, like, yes, we're competing, and it's supposed to be, like, gritty, hard-nosed. Like, we're football players, right? We're supposed to get down and dirty with whatever we do. But, like, there's a lightness to it. There's a aspect of, like, yes, we're football players, but I also care about you as a person. So it's all of the fun things we do, like we play knockout, we do the three-point contest and everything like that. That just keeps it, like, yes, competitive in everything we do, but it builds camaraderie. It builds guys' like connectivity, and that makes a team so much stronger because if you can do those things together, it makes it so much easier to go through adversity because it's coming around the corner whenever it might be. And those teams that are connected more are going to be able to withstand that and, make it through at the end of the day.
Where do you stand in those games? How good are you at the knockout, the three-point contest? Where does Cody Lindenberg stand?
I think I've had 2 3-point contests. One, the first one was just me versus someone else. I won that one. Me and Tommy Eichenberg were up against, I believe, 2 running backs. We won that one. And then it was me and 2 other guys. I forget who it was. It was me, Greedy Vance, and somebody else versus 3 offensive guys. And I got knocked out right away. Missed my first shot. Ball goes out of the play. I should have made it, but
Cody.
I get knocked out. Our other defensive player gets knocked out. I want to say it was Hudson Clark. I could be wrong, but Greedy comes back 1-3, knocks them all out and wins. So that was good.
So win is a win.
It's a team effort, but
That's
Greedy carried us.
You mentioned Tommy Eichenberg, Cody Lindenberg, the linebacker room. It's a pretty experienced room. John Glenn leading the way. Take us into that room. What are those meetings like? What are the conversations like? You have such experience and resumes that are in that room with a lot of young as well.
It's honestly unbelievable and something that is everything I could have asked for. Like to have those guys, those veteran guys that have seen any look you could have ever imagined. They've ran different systems. They've seen different things. So like to be in that meeting room when things happen that like maybe a mistake happens or an offensive play maybe schemes us up a little bit, and like to hear them talk through it, like almost like together, like talking back and forth like a normal conversation, it's incredible. And like you'd be a fool not to be able to sit down there and like write some stuff down and take what they're saying. And Coach Glenn, Juice, as we call him, he encourages it to the max. Like, please have those conversations, and it really, really helps not only him but us as young players too. Like, how do these old guys, let me watch what I say, these veteran players, sorry guys, these veteran players, how do they communicate with each other off the field, on the field? Like, what do you see? What gives you tips? Like this formation is telling you what in this like offensive guard leaning in a stance. Just anything you could imagine, they're calling out, they're talking about it with each other and talking directly to us. Like, hey, like I saw this on the field. This is why I did this. So it's been unbelievable. And to have those guys have our backs when mistakes happen, when good things happen, for them to support us through it all is really, really incredible. And I couldn't be more appreciative of it.
A couple more before we let you go. You got to experience Allegiant Stadium for the first time. Walk me through what that experience was like for you. And this week in particular, you know, as training camp winds down and roster cut-down day is coming up, have you felt the intensity kind of ratchet up in terms of, you know, we're not just in camp anymore, jobs are on the line, the regular season's around the corner?
100%. First one, Allegiant Stadium is electric. It's unbelievable. I am so fortunate to have experienced that for my first time, and again, hopefully have many, many more to come. But the fans are just incredible, right? They show up and they show out every day. And when you talk about does the intensity grow a little bit, I think for me it's, again, just doing the things you've been doing, right? Like there shouldn't be a change in your mindset, in your mentality with the way that you work. Like if you want to be a starter, you should be working like a starter. If you want to win the job, you should already be practicing, eating right, going to sleep like I have that job. Because once it happens, it could be in the snap of a finger and that's your job. A guy goes down. You've been making good plays at practice and they give you more reps. Are you going to be ready or not? And you can't have that decided on, okay, this week I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Certainly, yes, it's always in the back of your mind, but I think if you keep the main thing and do what got you to this position, I think you're going to like what happens at the end of the day and you're going to have no regrets.
Last one. Everybody asks, it's cliche, so I'm going to do it anyways. Welcome to the NFL moment. I know the regular season's not here. It was at training camp. Was it a preseason game? Was it a meeting? What was it for you?
Let me think. There's a lot that's happened through camp already.
A couple things, I would say.
Yeah. I just think the speed of some of these receivers, and especially at linebacker carrying those things, those guys will take off just in a split second. So, like, really, really being on your toes and ready to run with those guys is a wonderful challenge. And to see it for the first time, I was like, holy smokes, these guys are rolling. But it's trusting your speed, it's trusting your eyes, getting in the right position, and, you know, we're totally okay and more than welcome for them to keep coming our way. But that was just – and then just the iron sharpens iron, right? There's so many great players on both sides of the ball that you're not going to be able to, make the play every time. You're going to, whatever you want to call it, get got every once in a while, but you're going to get back up and say that ain't going to happen again, and you're going to keep coming back.
Raiders rookie linebacker Cody Lindenberg joining us here on the Raiders Training Camp Podcast. Cody, best of luck the rest of the way. Good luck in Arizona. We'll chat soon.
Thank you.